Howdy folks, and welcome to the homestead here, and this is Howie, and hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. Well, it's Sunday. It's time to take our beef off. I don't usually work on Sunday or do anything extra. I just like to rest on Sunday and go to church and stuff like that, and kind of have one day a week that I just have a life of ease. And anyway, today I'm taking the beef off. The way our processor does it is they'll bring them in on a Sunday, and they get them lined up, and then they kill them on Mondays is how they operate there, which is fine. But I've got this beef I've raised. His name's Chuck, and before we go to church this morning, I'm gonna go ahead and get him loaded up. They don't take them until 2 o'clock. Between 2 and 4 is when you can drop your animal off. So what we'll do is go to church this morning. He'll be loaded up and ready to go, and just like he's going to the sale barn or anything else, and we'll have him up there this afternoon. And I've raised him ever since he's little bitty, and first day one, I worked him, put an ear tag in his ear, and it's funny, I'll show him here to you in just a second. His mama was a solid white Charolais cow. His daddy was a Brangus bull, solid black Brangus bull, and he turned out kind of tiger stripes, what we call this look on him. But anyway, he's kind of just a big pet, and it's kind of sometimes bittersweet to see him go, but that's all part of living in the country and part of being on a farm, homestead, and whatever you want to call it, ranching. This is just how it is, and this is the way it goes. And they end up, there's a day that they go to the sale. Most of the animals that we sell here, though, go to the sale, you know, so they're not pampered as much. Like he's been pampered a lot and really fed good, and I know people like grass-fed beef. That's all they want. That's good if that's what you love, why, but he's not. He's been finished on grain, and longer than normal he has been on grain this year, because when I called our processor, it was 8 weeks to get him in to butcher. It's longer than that now. I'm going to find out for sure today when you could get another one in. I'm just curious, but there was somebody said to get another one in with him was next year, so I'm going to see if them facts are straight or not, if I don't forget to ask the question. One thing, if you're going to take a beef off, you need to think ahead of what kind of cuts you want. Like if you want your steaks a ½ inch, 3/4, 1 inch. We like a thicker steak, so I'll at least do a 1-inch steak. Even thought about an 1.25 inch size steak, because they won't be real big steaks around, but if they're thick, you know, and if especially your ribeyes, Charlie, that's enough of that. Your ribeyes and stuff like that, why they are really good, and so the thicker I think is the better. So for grilling on the grill, and so you gotta think about all that. If you want roast, or you could have it all ground in the hamburger, everything else. If you want the tenderized steaks, and I haven't made my mind up on that. We eat a little bit of chicken fried steak here, but not a whole lot, and you know, we might have it a couple of times a year, because the breading and when you cook it and everything, it's kind of I don't know, something that we just really want a couple times a year. I really like it, but it don't like me so well. So anyhow, we're fixing to get old Chuck here. I've had videos and showed him on other videos, and his name's Chuck, you know, like Chuck roast. I name every one of them something. When their last year's beef was ribeye, and I believe I made videos about ribeye. And a few years ago we had a steer in here that was just crazy. I mean, and so we just got to calling him Crazy Steer, but he was just crazy. He'd try to get you. He was just really a wild animal, and his meat wasn't as good. And one that's gentle and tame, I think the meat's more tender and does better. If you're wondering how old he is about 18 months old. And anyway, I'm guessing his weight. So I'm gonna do something special here, kind of a little deal. We're nearing 5,000 subscribers. So when we hit 5,000 subscribers, in the meantime on this video, if you guess his weight, the ones that guess the closest to his weight without going over, if you ever watched The Price is Right, that's how they do it. So if you guess his weight the closest without going over, we got a surprise for you. If there's several people that guess it, then we will randomly draw among those people. We'll do a little drawing, you know, if several guess the same amount of, and I'm talking about live weight. When we get him there today, there'll be a live weight, and I won't reveal that live weight on film and let you guess it. And you got the next 5 days to guess his weight. So once this video airs, you'll have 5 days to guess his weight, and whoever guesses the closest to the poundage without going over. So if you go over, even if you go over 1 pound, then you're out of the deal. That's just how it is, like on The Price is Right. And then we'll reveal how much he weighed, and we'll have a surprise gift for you. Anyway, I'm gonna show him to you here, so you can figure out what you think about his weight. He's not a real long animal like I would like to have, but he is a good one nonetheless, and he's pretty gentle. I'll get the camera back up here in just a second. As soon as I get this gate shut, I will. Alrighty, here he is. That's Chuck there, and you can see he's pretty fat back here on his tail and stuff. He's pretty good boy. How you doing, Chucky? So fixing to load him in the stock trailer. I've got it up here ready to go, and hopefully he will hop up in there without any trouble. I'm hoping. It's a little bit of a jump for him, but he can do it. He's got that Bramer in him. He shouldn't have any trouble jumping. They're usually pretty good jumpers. And we'll see if we get any video actually taking him to the processor, but see if you can guess his weight without going over. Well, I got him loaded in the trailer. He's put a little load on here. How are you, Chucky? How are you, buddy? Anyway, we're gonna head out here in a little while after church. We'll park him in the shade, put him some water back there, so if he gets thirsty he can have something to drink, and we'll head out to the church house. Come back, get him up there about 2 o'clock. Well, we're on our way here. Got our son driving for us, chauffeuring us, and Josie's in the back there, and we're headed on our way up to get the beef butcher. And so we're all trying to guess what we think the weight of the beef is, and without going over. And I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna reveal mine, but what's yours, Stacy?
Why come you're not revealing yours?
Because since it's a drawing, it might be
so you don't really get tenure in it.
Okay,
but not that I'm that great of a caller.
I won't get to win it either, but I'm saying 1263.
1263. Now, how did you analyze that?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Okay, that's fine. Son, what do you think?
1350.
1350. Ooh, I hope he weighs 1350.
I hope he does too, because that'd be a lot.
So it's who is the closest on him without going over is the winner. And none of us three will win.
Count.
What?
Go for
Junior here, if he wins, he gets
$100
to eat some of the steak. He's gonna eat that anyway. So he's a winner either direction here, but we're nearing 5,000 subscribers, so we'll probably be hitting that before we even release this video. But we're scheming and thinking of what kind of prize. We gave away a couple of Tractor Supply gift cards the other day, so we're thinking about what we're going to give away here as prizes. But anyway, we'll have some kind of a prize. We're just going to give one prize to the person who is the closest. If there's 4, 5, or 6 or whatever that guess the same thing and they're the closest, then we will do a drawing among those folks and figure out which one. We'll just randomly draw them. But anyway, we're on our way up here, and maybe we'll get some video footage when we pull into the slaughter facility.